Good morning and welcome to Make HOAG Money. Tuesday, November the 22nd. Let's see what we can do. Here's the CFTC disclaimer. Everything we do here is intended for educational purposes only. Know that there is a lot of risk in futures trading, risk that you may lose more than your initial investment, as these are leveraged products. Only risk capital should be used for trading. To me, risk capital is money I can afford to lose. Top Step allows you the opportunity to succeed in the trading combine. Therefore, you won't have to put any of your risk capital up. Well, here's the rules for Make HOAG Money. Kindness and respect are expected above everything. We're going to have a couple of people enabled to talk. Everybody's going to be involved in the decision-making process in the Zoom meeting. We'll be keeping an eye on the chat room in both the Zoom and YouTube to see how the conversation is going. But if you are unable to talk, you will be able to share your charts, and context of your trades is going to always be helpful. We use the chat room to discuss trades. We'll focus on the ES for opportunities. We'll use the polling system in the Zoom to vote for trades. We're not going to trade just to trade. A very smart trader reminded me to put that in the rules, and thank you. So we're not taking losing trades, which is, of course, a joke. We know that losing trades are part of trading. We just have to make sure and limit those and move on. And of course, your feedback on Make HOAG Money is vital for its continuation and growth. If you have questions, or you have a comment, or you have an idea, or you have a suggestion, please email me at jhoagland, JHOAGLAND, @topstep.com. Oh, let's get ready to rumble, I guess. All right. What do we have as far as those of us that want to chat? I don't know if Mortimer's going to be here today. He's got some things going on. So looking forward to a couple of folks that would be willing to join me. Fred's still getting ready. Good morning, Ben. Do you want to talk today? Any of the usuals? Joe, Ben? Any new folks want to talk? Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Randall, Kevin, Adrian, Timothy, Denise, Danny, Sarah Hall, and the lazy husband. Excellent to be here. Glad that you are. Looking forward to seeing what we can figure out. Usually, one of the first things we do is we vote on taking the opening range trade. Opening range is letting the first minute of trade go by and taking the breakout out of either side of it to look for buyer or seller control early in the session. We may have a bit of long overnight inventory in the S&Ps. We're opening with a gap. Let's take a vote. Opening range trade or no? Dan says only if it's a short. 39.70 would pique some interest. That would close our gap. Timothy's in YouTube says yes to the opening range. Fred wants to see some confirmation to take the opening range trade. Opening range trade loses too often. That's why we try and keep the loss limited. We try and keep it under 5 points of risk. Ben, I'm agreeing with you. Likely to be a game playing day. The consensus though is 84% want to take the opening range trade. There it is. So we will give it a shot, it seems. Let me get that chart up here. See if the opening range tool works on it today. Let's see if we have it on there. Opening range, yeah, we've got it on there. Show value, save, all right. So just to kind of overall, what Ben, I think, is saying, yeah, right, and Patty's saying the same thing. Easy to say yes when it's not my money. Ben was saying it's likely to be a game-playing day, and I have a tendency to agree with him. There's not a lot of economic numbers. We know we've got the holiday coming up. Looking at the daily chart here, I mean, there's no confidence in either direction in the S&Ps right now. So likely to be a game-playing day. We had a 33-point range yesterday for the regular trading hour session. I'm not expecting much more than that today. I'm looking at low participation probably throughout the day today as traders prepare for the long weekend. With some of the longer time frame traders are just going to be hedging and adjusting their positions for tomorrow so that they don't get whacked before the holiday. There's going to be a lot of tomfoolery, if you will, in the market today. I firmly believe that to be true. And we don't want any tomfoolery. I got accused of tomfoolery once, and then I graduated to 3rd grade. All right. Aren't the expectations HOAG is listing arguing against the opening range trade? HOAG foolery. Yeah, Fred. I mean, I think some of the things that I'm talking about are saying, maybe the opening range isn't the best idea, but we have a mandate. Basically, 84% of traders are saying yes. Now, I don't think that the traders are betting on me to lose, although that is entirely possible. But we're going to see what the opening range as far as the range of it offers. If it's a small opening range, Patty says, I said no, always part of the minority. So we'll limit the amount of risk that we're going to take on it. We're going to not take it if it's greater than 5 points, which means 6 points of risk. Shaw actually voted no. Okay. Yeah. No, I know. Shaw. I know you're not. I don't think anybody's out to make me lose money. I wouldn't want that. Maybe I should make that a rule. All right. So here's our overnight. Here's yesterday's 33-point range. Overnight, largely inside. Continuing to push to the upside here, but as we get closer to the open, starting to come off a little bit. Where's my 1 minute chart? There it is. We got 30 seconds. And we'll be off shortly. Mr. Hoyt, it's good to see you. Joe, you've got your hand up. Does that mean you want to chat? Mr. Hoyt, are you in? We got a 2-point opening range so far. Here comes Mr. Hoyt. Still waiting for confirmation that Mr. Joe wants to speak. 3 points. Two and a half points. All right, Joe. 3.25 points. The opening range is now just about over. You got 3.75 points. Took out the low of it right there. So we're short. Let me get that back up here so we can see it. So there's the low of the opening range. We're short at 76. We were a little bit slow getting in. And our risk is going to be up to 81. I always like to leave a few extra ticks on the outside of it just to hit the stops. And we'll see what happens because that opening range put in a new overnight high. Let's see if this is working better. There we are. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Matthew. How are we today?
Good morning, Hoag. It's Joe.
Good morning, Joe. Matt Hoyt, did you sell your Ming vase?
I did. I'm going to give that thing away, man. Just to give it away. Somebody, it's a good story about this. Here's something you can use for your family because they're always so nice to me. You can sell them and make some money. I was like, I don't want them. I don't want them. She's asked me months ago. Tell you what, I'll take them. So now I'm going to give them away.
You're kind of breaking up on us a little bit, but...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I told her I'm just going to give them away.
Well...
Get those things out of here.
Are they worth anything?
I mean, I had them appraised online, and they were like, look, it's not like a collector's piece, but typically something like that, you're looking at $1,000. I was like, okay,
right.
So I'm trying to give them away just because they don't fit in my house.
It's just a matter of trying to find somebody who will buy them.
Right. So now I'm just going to offer them for free. I think after Thanksgiving, I'm not going to be home. Just get these things out of my house.
Yeah, my wife's in that kind of mode now too. Like she's like, okay, let's get rid of everything.
Right.
You saw my basement; it's like a storage locker.
Right. You're a hoarder.
Yeah. What's up there? Are you Randolph or are you Mortimer?
Probably Randolph because my name's Rick.
There you go, Randolph. All right. On YouTube, the link to get into the Zoom room has been posted in the chat. So we've taken the opening range trade. The opening range remains the high of the regular trading hour session and the overnight session, it appears. So we put in the high right on the open, and we're short at 76.
What's your target?
I'm waiting for somebody. Yeah, okay. Do we agree that VWAP is a good target for this? Number 1 for yes, number 2 for no. VWAP takes it down to 39.65, which is another 7 points. Pretty decent trade.
Maybe a tick above it, but yeah, you got a lot of highs to the left, and you had a lot of resistance.
We just closed the gap to yesterday. All right, so another mandate here for just short of VWAP, so we're going 66.5. We just closed the gap. Here's the 86% that said yes to that profit target. Well, you got a nice bounce off that gap close. But according to the opening range trade rules, it's still valid. Going to come and take out the stops above the opening range. Watch. Dr. VJ.
Out in the gals rally.
Eduardus in YouTube agrees. Yeah, he's waiting for a VWAP as well. So we're going to let this play for a little bit. We'll see what happens. Matt, you gotta take her for your vases. Daniel McKay says if it's for free, it's for me.
Done. You just got to come get them.
Yeah, we're not delivering for free, right?
You in Chicagoland?
Nothing's free anymore.
All right.
I mean, they're nice vases. They're like 2 feet tall, 10 inches wide. Yeah. You knew there was a catch.
Send pictures.
Yeah, it's on Facebook Marketplace, I think.
I think that's where I saw it. It's not like I'm stalking you.
Yeah.
Matt, you're really kind of breaking up when you're talking sometimes.
Well, I do not have a microphone, so it's just my laptop. Maybe that's why.
Got it. Well, we are back to exit. Do we fish or cut bait? Number 1,
Or sell another one.
fish. Number 2, cut bait.
Or sell another one.
Sell another one, right? We're getting a mandate for fish. We're staying in. Fred says stay in. Joe's glad he took the NASDAQ short.
Now the Dow's heading south.
Borneo Bear on YouTube says fish. We're fishing. 40,
Smell it. You following you.
42% say 42% participation say 95% fish.
A lot of liquidity building at our entry point up there around 76 to 77, which is in our favor.
Okay, good. Thank you, Joe. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
Awesome. We're keeping our expectations reasonable again today, aren't we?
We are. Well, I'm looking long.
Yeah, we're not really getting very successful at getting back inside yesterday's range, are we?
Just give it a minute.
All right, Randolph.
Pretty good liquidity down here, right where we are now. It's chewing through it.
Keep chewing.
Big level liquidity just showed up at 6.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Just went through a big concentration of liquidity
Keep chewing.
at 68.
Keep chewing. Hey!
5.
We got one in the box.
Nice trade.
We got a walleye in the cooler on the boat. Somebody tossed me a beer.
You should have 2 on. I told you.
Yeah. Well, the market always, what is it? When it's going against you, you always have too many on. When it's going your way, you never have enough.
Now it gets up there, you got to reload.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's vote on that. If we get an opportunity to get back in the opening range for another short, do we take it? We are such creatures of habit. A 6-pack for all of us.
Heineken. Not this Bud Light stuff.
No, I'm not a Bud Light guy.
Tom's not here.
Give me I've tried them all. Give me Miller High Life all day long. Miller Killers, the little 7-ouncers.
I know you like those. I actually had one of those a couple days ago.
So good.
Yeah.
All right, so just short of 50% voting, we are at 59% saying yes, we look for a short up near the opening range if given the opportunity again. Timothy Marks will take a Guinness. Man,
There you go.
that's a beer. Amanda loves Coors, the banquet.
Yeah,
It's the banquet beer.
Corona too. Coronas are always good.
Champagne of beers.
Schlitz and Rheingold.
Our guy John Doherty here at Top Step was up in Minnesota a couple of weeks ago. He was drinking Greenbelt.
Oh my God.
You remember Greenbelt? The friendly beer.
They still make it?
Yeah.
Wow. That's like seeing people drink PBRs or Old Smiles.
Old style. Ooh.
Narragansett.
Hams.
I think I got some Billy beer downstairs.
Do you really? You still have some of that?
Just just a keepsake.
Is there still beer in it?
I don't know, man. Maybe a 6-pack. Yeah, I got some Bad Frog beer too, where he's flipping people off. I think that was a IPA. I think that's Three Floyds. I'm sure you heard of them. A brewery.
Where's that?
I maybe Michigan, I think, but they got a big Three Floyds sign on the wall at the Owl. And then they make 5 or 6 different IPAs. They're pretty good.
The Owl is like a country bar up by where my brother lives around Lake Geneva.
Don't tell anybody.
It's a great little place. So overnight volume point of control and TPO point of control is our current low.
John, I have yesterday's POC right down here around 58.60.
Now, is that volume or
Volume.
volume? Okay, the volume POC on this platform has the volume POC at 39.57.5.
Okay, mine's 58.
Now, if you've added time, this profile ends at 3 o'clock sharp. If you've added time beyond that, that's probably the difference.
Now, the other thing I have here is I keep a composite from the CPI,
Okay.
which includes the PPI, of course. And that composite POC is right at 59.5, right where the
yesterday's.
POC is.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
So that might be an area to explore for long if we get down there.
The dollar's sinking a little bit because the metals are on their highs.
Now, just as a point of interest, I use an anchored VWAP from CPI and from PPI.
So it anchors from there. Okay.
Yeah, and both those lines are just above where the high of the day, the high overnight, just above there.
Okay.
And they've been acting as resistance, so that could be, if we get up there, I'm going to be keeping that in mind as a possible sale, because so far they have been resistance.
Right. Okay. So one thing that Fred is kind of talking about here is we opened outside of yesterday's range and value. That opens up the possible value area special situation play. So if in TPO, value high is our current low for the session. Okay, I find that to be very interesting. What the rule says is if we find ourselves accepting back inside yesterday's area of value, at some point during the session, price is likely to return to the lower end of yesterday's TPO value area. Now, what kind of range is that? I mean, it's almost twice the range we have now. I don't know that it's necessarily that important for us to focus on that because the value range is so small from yesterday.
What are you saying? Try taking a long?
No, if we show signs of acceptance back inside yesterday's value, the play would be to the short side to see price return to the lower end of balance from yesterday. But right now, we have no sign of acceptance inside value. So, you're looking long here.
It's a range day. That's what I'm saying. You know, if you can get it bought with a short, close stop.
So, I mean, we're early in the session here, so we don't have to hurry. Whoops.
You know, buy it off that VWAP or something.
I'm going to...
We did wick down, but it came right back.
So here's that value area here. Value area high. Right to it, but didn't enter it.
Yeah. I mean, if it's going to be a low volume range day.
Then I think after the opening range trade to be honest with you, I would probably be waiting for the initial balance to be established before looking for anything.
Well, it may just barcode from here too. So
Yeah. And that would establish a very small initial balance. We had a relatively small initial balance yesterday, but still bigger than the current one we have now. But still, we only put up 33 points yesterday. 34-point range, I guess, is what it ended up being. Today, so far, we have a 17.25-point range. We're halfway there.
well, you're up money. So.
Well, yeah, and we're going to see if we can add to that, but we want to be smart. I don't want to just take trades to take trades. A smart trader reminded me to put that in the rules for HOAG Money. Mike Musco says IPAs all the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know what it is about the IPAs. I don't like it. It gets in my throat.
They got a nice alcohol content.
That they do. But then again, so does Jim Beam.
They can be happy. I forgot you're on a first name basis with him. So.
Uncle Jim.
Yeah, Jim and Jack.
See, there's Fred also pointing out something that is important, opening above range, and where we are currently situated, we have value likely to at least overlap or be outright higher than yesterday's value area. Long is in the direction of value. Such good points, Fred. He's always had such the best questions and such good information as we look into this.
It's good retail numbers come out though. Macy's is like off the chart.
That was what their earnings?
A couple other ones. Well, yeah, I mean
that was last week, wasn't it?
I tried getting it yesterday, but it's up from the close about $1.50.
Just to go devil's advocate on that, they're trying
and the XLP's doing good too.
They're trying to slow the economy, and our strong retail earnings along that line. They're going to have to raise rates even more.
Well, coming into the holidays, you're going to get that. I mean, you can only expect people's sales to go up. See, Toys R Us is opening up in Macy's. Did you see that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, my wife mentioned it last night, and I said, I remember hearing something about it because they wanted a brick and mortar. So it's like, their toy section inside of Macy's now is Toys R Us.
From YouTube, Eric, do you have an indicator that shows you the number for the high of the day's range, for the amount of the day's range? I do, but it's on a different platform. Maybe there is one here.
You bounced off of VWAP just now, like 2 minutes ago too. Now you're heading down there again.
So on this is a different platform, but this is how I can see. Here's the range for the regular trading hour session today, 17 and a quarter. Here's the range from yesterday, 33.
Yep.
Otherwise, we all end up doing the math, right? And my brother's an engineer, so he's really not that good at math.
No.
Michael, you reading Tendler's book, using it to help stop FOMO. Nice. Travis said his T4 I'm using to get those values. Right, those ranges are regular trading hours only, correct. Yeah, I don't think that that's available on Tradeovate, like the range. One of the things that I did suggest when Tradeovate was putting together this market profile program was don't just give the number of TPOs, do a TPO count, do session delta, do range. I can, how about, if we were to go to M period yesterday, that gives you the open, high, low, close, and volume, but it doesn't give you delta, doesn't give you the range, right? So they stop short of doing a little bit of the math for us.
See if it bounces here again.
So the delta is to the sell side here. We've got negative 1100, which is congruent with direction, which indicates probable short time frame traders.
But that profile, I just look at the bottom and it, they took out by 1 or 2 ticks and bounced.
They did, huh? Just to put these in?
See, well, yeah, I'm going by your color, so I mean, that happened a little while ago.
Yeah, that was the low. I was asking if they took out the low. Not yet.
Yeah.
JM is saying NASDAQ is testing the overnight low to the tick. Overnight low. That's down here in the S&Ps.
These spews are getting, they're at a support level too.
John, when will you,
The 3960 area.
There's the overnight low in the NASDAQ. It's already down there. We're so far away from that in the S&Ps. I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
They're trading differently, though.
Yes, they are.
when will you call the 80% rule valid? 65%.
Okay, so this is the hard part about the 80% rule, or the 65% rule, as I like to call it. You have to be able to correctly assess that price has accepted inside previous day's value. So our current low is the value high from yesterday. Volume value high is a little bit higher. When I first learned the value area special situation play, or they called it the 80% play, was we wanted two 30-minute bars to close inside the previous day's area of value. So now that slows you down from getting into it if it's a fast move to the other side. If it does close two 30-minute bars inside value, it doesn't necessarily mean the previous day's value high is resistance in the current day's high. So you could have two 30-minute bars close inside value, leave a little bit of excess, come all the way back out, and at some point during the current session, you would have a probability of price moving to the other extreme of value. So the hardest part about this is being correct in assessing acceptance of previous day's value. Sometimes it happens fast. Sometimes they'll come in, they'll tease you, they'll come in, they tease you, they'll come in, they tease you. And every time you get short, you get knocked out. You get knocked out. You get knocked out. It's the time that you give up on it when it goes.
As a swing trader, if you look at the daily chart, John, there's a channel, downward channel, everything that NASDAQ hasn't taken out, but the S&Ps did. And that's something I was looking at. And if you go off those tops,
So
no, another chart you just had.
no, I know. This is something I have on the weekly. Well, here I'll just put the weekly kick-up charts up here. I think this is what you're kind of talking about.
Yeah. And NASDAQ did not penetrate that.
Right. But the NASDAQ is more of a
It's lagging.
a falling triangle than a bull flag.
Right.
Here's the lows. Here's that trend line.
Yep. It didn't get through it, but
Nope.
S&Ps did.
Right. So they're similar but different, aren't they?
Yeah. They'd have to see if they bounce, if that turns into a support level or not. I don't know. But
Well, we've got
that's kind of a bullish sign.
for the S&Ps, yeah.
Yep.
So here's the NASDAQ. Here's the overnight low. We tested right to it. Almost to the tick.
A day like today, you can, as I said, if you were to try buying at that VWAP, it bounced off there like 3 times. Your risk was like 3 ticks.
Here's the NASDAQ TPO chart. Yeah. So right to almost to the tick to the overnight low. That's not necessarily strong. A little short of it. A little short of it. A little short of it. I like it.
Yeah, probably shorter if I took it out.
Yeah, if it took it out and stayed below it. Back to the 30.
I have
Go ahead, Joe.
yesterday's volume point of control high right here at 65. That's the volume point of control ish, just 65-ish.
Okay, what time does your profile close?
At 3 Central.
3 Central.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Regular trading hours, which is 9:30 to 4 for me, Eastern.
9:34. So that's pretty strange. Let's look on T4. So yesterday's volume point of control is here, 57.5. And that's 8:30 to 3:15. 57.5, and TPO is lower, 53.75. 57.5, 53.75. So these two platforms are agreeing. It's kind of strange that your volume point of control is so high.
Yeah. I'll have to check on that.
What platform?
It's TOS.
Oh, Thinkorswim.
Yes.
Got it. All right, new TPO. Right in the middle. in the middle. Wally. Mr. Hoyt, what are you seeing? Anything in the neighborhood? I know you're more swing longer term.
Yeah, I mean, I see the S&P's 3965 is kind of like the backside of that downtrend line, so it could be the kiss goodbye, springboard up. You know, Thanksgiving, we've had enough doom and gloom this year. Can we put on our holiday rally caps? Like early sell-off right away so we can buy it and bid it up?
Ooh.
I don't know.
I agree with him. I mean, he cut a short move down, but it's tried three times now to get through that VWAP and hasn't made it that area.
Right, it's the old 1, 2, 3 fail. Now we got to turn around.
Yeah.
I feel like.
You don't have a lot of risk either.
And we've got, I mean, basically pretty staunch possible rejection of value from yesterday. We close the gap. We can't get inside value. We move higher.
Well, it's heading north now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the play. I mean, I couldn't get long the SPOO. had my bid in at 65, but I came back down not close enough. I did get long the NASDAQ down there at like 11,538. And I think I'm long the Dow too. I'm just kind of playing around here. I'm all over the place, really.
All right, I'm sending the poll. Do we look for a long upon range extension above the current high? We can time stop that. If it does do that, I would want it to go quickly.
I'd rather see you take a low on a break.
I'm inclined to agree with that.
Because I could see a head fake on either side.
Completely.
I agree with that.
You got Allegol's probably looking to hit the stops up there, and
They've already got their offers in.
yeah.
You've got stops under this move. Down, take those out, and then go on.
So between B low and A low in here.
Yeah, like 39, 67, 66, 65. Yeah.
Well, we had 61% say they would like the idea of the breakout above the current high. Low participation, though. Only 38% voted.
I like it right here.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, if you think it's gonna take out the high, why not buy it, on a break, or buy it now?
Joe, where's the...
Intraday point of control right now.
Where's the risk?
Risk is right below. The low volume node starts at 72.
Try buying it there.
Oh, we're already long.
Hindsight, and this is based off of our educational course, so that you can
Excuse me.
learn.
I'll get rid of that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who it was.
That's me.
The information from that course directly in the live markets and see someone go through it. Now, we have many different.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. It's all right.
So there's something interesting. On my pitchforks, I've got a little median line here at 39.82 quarter. Okay, so if we can get above that and close above it,
then it's go.
Is going to be, it's at 40.16. So, we're making new highs. But if we get through that line, yay.
Right.
You got room to run.
Well, we're currently long at 74.75. I just took Joe's idea, and I like the idea of having risk on the other side of this low volume node. So we're already in it. We've got about four or five ticks of risk in it, but I like the idea.
Where's your stop at?
70.
70. Okay.
The other side of the low volume node right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not seeing the stop, but
Well, here, it's right here.
there you go.
I had it on the S&P profile instead of the micros.
Get it off that even number.
Well, we're not going to hit it anyway.
What's your target, John?
I'm going to see what it looks like up here at 82 on Matt's level there. And if we can get above there and it looks like it's bringing volume, we'll just stay in it.
Well, everyone's looking at today's high at 80 because there's the big level of liquidity right there at 80. We get through there, and it's a clear shot tonight to 85, where you have the next level of liquidity, large liquidity. So if we get through 80, got a pretty good chance of getting to 85.
Well, we just put the target at 85. We may move it if need be.
What's it on the left? Is that a moving average that the thing seems to be following?
That's a standard deviation of VWAP.
I mean, look how that's just following that.
What are we
That coming in after the fact.
What are we talking about?
The tops, that green
Right
line
here?
off the tops. No,
Oh, that's just the high of the session.
no, the one that's following. It's like a road map. Up the highs.
I think this one here?
No, up one.
This one.
That one.
That's the second standard deviation from VWAP.
Okay, now follow that. Look how many times it's hit the.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then two to the left,
Uh,
and then more over there too. So I'm probably gonna come across around 39.82.
right. And that's kind of Matt's level
Yeah,
where he's saying if we can get through that, we're looking pretty clear to the upside.
Yeah, two good reasons to blow through that. It's a horizontal level, and I've got a slope level. So of that, everybody, are there any shorts still hanging on that are short at 39.82? I don't know, but if there are, boom.
And it seems to be a relatively visual level on different platforms and different ideas. And if that's the case, traders are looking at it, they'll bring price there.
My developing point of control just moved up, which is supporting our trade.
Volume?
Yes, volume. Point of control.
Dow's making
The developing point of control just moved up.
Okay.
Dow's making a comeback.
We found exhaustion at that 74.50 level, which has a big level of liquidity, and it bounced straight off that, at least.
For now.
Yeah, Dan's 39.82 prior on the day high. Huh?
The high here. There's a high here. Pull back. Ben, we have a weak low on the overnight point of control. Means lowered expectations, Ben is saying. Back and forth through the open, way too much. also B period attenuates on that high more than the A period. So what Ben is saying is the volume died more in the B period than it did in A period at the high here, and we haven't been able to take that out yet.
Eighty's a big level on the book map.
Got it.
Do you, John, do you get a time element too?
Well, for specific types of trade, yes. Any breakout, I don't want to get in my pocket at all. I want it to go my way right away. So I'll use a time stop. If it's not going, I'm out. T-spells, the indicator, well, it's more of a type of chart, is the TPO chart or market profile.
And my market internals are supporting how long.
Okay.
It's trading right along the developing point of control. 76 3/4, 7.
It's kind of strange, man. Maybe here, hang on. I'm going to reboot this. I'm still seeing volume point of control all the way down here, Joe.
There you go.
Here's 80.
Yeah, there's 80.
Bounced off it.
You cut bait.
There was good volume there. I would stay with it. I think we're gonna go through it. Trying. There we
There
go.
goes. Hit the stops.
Yeah.
Okay, the next high level of liquidity is 85. All of the sum right here.
82 also.
It's filling in here at 80, 81 and a half, 82.
So I'm treating this kind of like a breakout. I want this to go now.
But that 80, well,
I've moved our stop up.
if it wasn't a holiday,
Right. That's why I've moved the stop up, and I'm gonna take 5 points in this if we get it.
I think that's smart for once.
Ah! Oh, Randolph.
That's what Beaks would do, right?
So this is kind of your idea of, the time. This is very early to use a time stop. I wouldn't consider this necessarily a breakout opportunity. This is more continuation. But,
Order flow looks awfully good.
good.
No, that trailing stops. A smart move. Who do you think taught him all his bad habits?
Well, you just paved the way so I didn't get busted by our parents.
Yeah, but you were the middle child. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, they weren't watching me.
Oh,
You, you too, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we were so good at crime.
Oh my God. When I was a teenager, I had all these bottles of booze that I used to hide in my closet. There were so many of them. I used to sneak one outside, so when I went out for the night, I could bring into my friend's car. We'd go down the beach, right? So
Yeah.
One night I came home, they were still awake, so I stashed it in the ravine. So, that spring, I see the bottle, and I'm like, oh, it's caked in mud. It's like half a gallon, okay? So I put it in my mom.
Target.
I put it in my mom's golf bag.
Ring the bell.
I put it in my mom's golf bag because she never plays golf. So lo and behold, that summer she's out with her friends golfing. She couldn't get her putter back in her golf bag. What is blocking this club? This bag is so heavy. She reaches down, pulls out a gallon bottle of vodka with mud taped to the bottom of it.
I I saw a thing yesterday where guy's father gave him, here's a bottle of vodka I've had for 30 years or whatever, now that you're able to drink and old enough to drink or whatever. And the kid took it and threw it away because it was like 58 or 85% water.
Oh my God. There's a guy in the pit who had teenagers, and he was like, what is wrong with Grey Goose vodka? I put it in the freezer and it keeps freezing. And you remember Wig? That was Prosper, Matt. And Wig starts laughing, and Prosper's like, what are you laughing about? He says, it's probably mostly water. You got teenage kids.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
When I was
Taking out the stops now.
I played in a band in high school, and our keyboardist worked the locks on my dad's
Yeah, and the liquor cabinet
on the bar.
that Tom now has.
Yeah, so we used to use the Fender Rhodes key would open those door to the booze.
Well, just so you know, Rick, the key to that bar was always in the junk drawer.
Oh, I knew it was there. No, you know what it did? It worked the one upstairs, John.
Yeah, the bar, right?
Well, yeah, but Dad had that bar built in the basement.
In the basement. Those keys were in his beer mug.
Those were in that hoagie cup.
Yep, the beer mug, yep.
Yeah.
Well, I can top this off with one last little story. I used to, when I was a runner at the Merc, I was like, 19. I wasn't of age to buy alcohol in Illinois. So on Thursdays, I'd always have somebody go get me a bottle of tequila. And I would, put the bottle of tequila in my briefcase and get it home and stash it in my room. And then Friday, I'd always come home with, a girl. And so I would leave the girl in the kitchen talking to my parents, and I'd go in my bedroom and put the bottle of tequila out on the windowsill. And then we'd come back around, come through the house, put her in the car, walk around the front of the house, grab the bottle of tequila, and off we'd go. My dad got wise to it. So my bedroom was kind of on the opposite side of the garage, and between them was the front door to the house. I had come around the garage one day, and my dad's coming out the front door, and we were literally running to try and catch that bottle of tequila. He was laughing his ass off. That became forever known as the tequila races.
I don't know if I ever told you when my mom came in with a glass and vial full of white powder, and she's shaking me. I was napping or something, and she's like, "What is this? What kind of drug is this?" And I kind of cleared my eyes. I looked at it and I said, "It's half an egg timer," because she used to have an egg timer over the washing machine. So it must have fallen and broke in half. So she thought it was some sort of, glass vial of Coke or who knows what. And I just started laughing. It's sand.
That is quick thinking.
That's what it was.
Ah.
The good stuff was in the back of my speaker. Put it all in there.
Rick, I think Joe just got you there. That was quick thinking.
Yeah.
You woke up and thought of that? That is amazing.
Half an egg timer, Mom.
In this case, that's what it was.
Yeah. Scout's honor.
All right, we're
Did you
flat.
Stop, John?
We're flat.
We're
Oh,
out.
good.
Yeah, we got filled at 85.
Oh, great.
That was a nice trade. 10 points.
Yeah, nice job, Joe. Nice job, Rick. Nice job, Matt. Nice job, everybody. So we took the opening range trade, had a successful trade there. We found some continuation to the upside, had a successful trade there. That's it. I'm done. I'm going on holiday now.
All right. You're gonna go empty a bottle of tequila.
Yeah. I didn't know it until my kids were older how much booze they were stealing from me. I hear the stories now.
Yeah. Well, when Mom was alive, with the three boys, Tom, John, and I get together, and we'd start telling stories about stuff we did when we were younger and everything. And she's listening. She goes, "You did not."
No. You did not.
You did not. We just started laughing. Of course we did, you know?
All right. Well, that's going to do it for Make HOAG Money today. Thank you all for the successful trading day today. This was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching on YouTube, and thanks for joining me in the Zoom meeting. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Joe. Thank you all for being part of today's successful trading day.
Thanks, guys.
I can go get me a nice Filet-O-Fish now.
Remember, guys, you are what you eat.
All right, trade well, everyone. We'll see you for the coach's playbook at 11:30, and then again for the recap at 3:00. Trade well.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, take care, guys. Have a good holiday.
Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Right.